Okay, so we have here the same problem as sample problem number uh, 2. So actually that is sample problem number 3 if we are considering our face-to-face discussion. Now, we will be solving this one using the method of area or the graphical method. So if we go back to the previous discussion, we have already found the value of this, which is RA is equivalent to 0.49, and this portion right here is equivalent to RB, or 6.86 kilonewton of force. Now, when you are using the method of area or the graphical method, it is important to find the areas of the load. So since meron tayong trapezoidal at triangular load here, we can cut this triangular load here into two portions. Okay, one running from segment AB and the other running from for segment BC. So for segment AB, we found out though during our first sample problem that this portion is equivalent to 0. I think that was 0. Let me go back lang ano. So that is 0.3x. Okay? However, we can use naman yung ratio and proportion at all times. So we have here a triangle, a larger one, which is a magnitude of 2.1. Yeah, it has a magnitude of 2.1 and a length of 7, and that should be equal to this one. Let's say this is F, which is F naman over 5. So basically here F is 1.5, which is the same value that we have determined using this one. Ayan, dito. Ayan, F is equal to 1.5. So if F is equal to 1.5, therefore, we can determine now the area of this segment. So the area of this segment is the area of a triangle with a magnitude of 1.5 and a length of 5 meters. So that would be 1/2 ng 1.5 by 5 meters, or that is 3.75. Okay, on the other hand, this one is a trapezoid. So the area, if we have a trapezoid here, with H1 and H2 tapos may length L, the area of this trapezoid is H1 plus H2 over 2 multiplied by L. Applying this concept or this formula to this one, the area will be 1.5 plus 2.1 over 2 times the length of 2 meters, or what we have is a 3.6 kilonewton area. Now, since we have now found the area, pwede na natin gawin yung ating shear diagram. So, this is X, and this is our shear. So, plotting this, at point A, we have a 0.49 na load. So, again, the relationship pa rin, babalik tayo. P2 is equal to B1 plus area ng load from points 2 to 1. And for the moment, that is M2 is equal to M1 plus area ng shear from points 2 to 1. So, in this case, ang tinutukoy na area ng load is the equivalent concentrated load. Now, on this point, we have here points A and C where at the end of the beam, at sabi natin, sa mga points na yan, our shear and moment diagram is 0. Now, provided this relationship, we can now determine that 0 plus the equivalent concentrated load at A is 0.49 positive. So, aangat tayo dito. Say that this is your positive 0.49. Next, since there is a change of load na negative 3.75 dito, so that would be 0.49 minus 3.75, which will give us negative 3.6. So this is negative 3.6. So, following the curvature, sabi natin, we can use the DD diagram for the curvature. So that is DI. Diba? DI. So P and DI, this is positive, negative, negative, positive. So since the load is downward, so this is negative load. Okay, so and the magnitude is increasing from 0 to 1.5, so negative increasing, so this curvature. So our curvature for this one is this. So here we go. Ayan. If this is a degree of 1, therefore we can say this is a degree of 2. Now at exactly point B, there is an equivalent concentrated load na 6.86. So from our previous year na negative 3.6 plus, meron tayo ngayong magiging additional na equivalent concentrated load na 6.86. Therefore this is 3.26. Assuming na nandito yan, positive 3.26. Alright. And then, ito na ngayon yung ating magnitude. Now, there is an area of negative 0. Balikan ko lang yung area. I think I made a mistake on the area. Tama, 3.6. So, 0.39 minus 3.75. This one is negative 3.26. This one is the 3.6. Okay? That is 0.49 minus 3.75. Now, 3.6 ngayon minus 3.6 minus 3.6, 0. And since the load is downward, negative, and is increasing, negative increasing, so ito ulit yung curvature natin. Okay? So, nagkaroon ako ng typo na tuloy ako doon. So, the degree of this curve is also 2. Now, this is actually similar with this one. Okay? So, mas maganda lang yung drawing ko nung una, but this is our shear diagram for this curve. Okay, now, let's try to construct the moment diagram following this relationship. Okay? So, however, the problem here is the determination of the area ng ating parabolics. So, the area of any curve is given by this. So, meron tayo daw rectangle na may dimension na, let's say this is B, and then let's say this is A, and meron daw tayo, let's say meron akong curve na ganyan, na ang degree ng curve ko is greater than or equal to 2, yung area ng portion na to, this will be 1 over n plus 1 AB, and then this one is 1, or let me correct this is 2 n plus 1 AB. Sorry, let me just correct that again. This is n over n plus 1 AB. So, itong may dito sa mas malaking area, that is n over n plus 1 AB, and yung mas maliit, that is 1 over n plus 1 AB. Now, kung meron din tayong parabola at an x and y coordinate, x and y, so let's say ito, okay, may parabola ka na ang degree is equal to 2 pag parabola, pagka cubic greater than 2 or 3. So, if you have the 2 points, let's say this is x1, y1, okay, and you have these points x2, y2, okay, meron daw tayong tinatawag na squared property of parabola. This is x2, this is y2, this is x1, and this is y1. So, sabi sa squared property of parabola, provided na ito ay isang vertex, then we can say that x1 squared over y1 is equivalent sa x2 squared over y2. Now, in this scenario, we can determine this area. So, kung titingnan natin, if I draw a, how do you call this, a rectangle dito, itong part na to, this is the 2/3 or the n over n plus 1 AB. However, we do not know this value. Okay? So, hanapin muna natin yung value ng x na yan. Since ang vertex ng load natin ay nandito, dito nag-0, when we say vertex, for example, nasa shear diagram tayo, ang titingnan natin yung load diagram, this one. Kung saan nag-0 yung triangular load natin, nandoon yung vertex. Ano? So, kung dito nag-0, therefore, the vertex of our parabola is here. So, nandito yung vertex natin. So, if we apply the squared property of parabola here, we can say na ito ngayon yung magiging point of 0 natin. Ayan. So, ito yung magiging 0 natin. So, applying squared property of parabola, so this will be parang ganito yung mangyayari dyan. So, ito yung ating line na to, this line x, and then meron kang ganyan. Ayan, this portion and this portion. Ito ay 0.49. Ito ay negative 3.26. So, kung bubuuin ko yung rectangle, so, kung ito yung vertex, kasi dito 0 yung load natin, ayun. So, 0 yung load natin dito. Ito yung magiging x2, y2 natin. Ito yung x1, y1. Applying squared property of parabola, the value of x2 is yung hinahanap nating x, tapos i-squared natin. And the value of y from the vertex, yung y2 natin is 0.49. That is equal to the distance of this. So, ito ngayon yung magiging x1 natin. Ito yung x. Diba? So, yung x1 natin will be 5 meters squared over, ano ngayon yung magiging total height mula dito hanggang dito. That is 3.26 plus 2.4 plus 0.49, or that is 3.75. So, here the x is square root ng 5 squared times 0.49 over 3.75, or that is 1.807. Similar sa na-compute natin kanina. So, if this is 1.807 and we want to find the area of this segment, so ano yung magiging area nito? Diba? Ito ay magiging yung n over n plus 1. So, applying the area, ito ay yung n over n plus 1. Ano yung magiging a natin? Yung value ng x. 1.807 times the b is 0.49. So, basically, the area of this segment is equivalent to 2 over 2 plus 1, or 2/3 multiplied by 1.807 multiplied by 0.49, or the area is 0.590. So, at this point, 0.590 yung area. However, how about this area? Dito na nagiging complicated yung method of area kasi this formula is provided that nandoon sa vertex yung measurement natin. So, hindi na applicable yung formula if it is not from the vertex. So, ang gagawin ngayon natin, iso-subtract natin yung area na to. So, subtract natin yung area na to. Basically, yung ating square is magkakaroon ng partition. So, pag i-drawing natin dito, so, ito yung beam natin. Ito yung ating parabolic. Okay, so ito yung parabola natin. Again, ito yung vertex natin. And ito yung 0.49, and then the other one is 3.26. This one is the 3.20. 2.6. Lagi kong nawawala yung 2. And ito, na-compute na natin kanina. Ito hanggang dito is 1.807. And from here up to here, this is 5 meters. Now, how do we determine ngayon? The problem is the determination of this area. So, kung meron tayong rectangle na 5 by, ano yung magiging kabuuang height nito? This is 3.25, I think. 3.75. So, if this is 3.75, then pwede nating tanggalin yung area nito, at saka yung area dito, no? Masyado nagiging komplikado, medyo komplikado na ngayon yung nangyari sa atin. So, we have already determined this area. We can remove this area, and then this, we can now find this area. Or, better yet, what we can do is we can find the whole value of this area. Ano ba ginawa? So, let's say, kunin natin yung buong value ng area nito. Napalitan natin ng kulay. Ay, nawala. Dito kasi nagiging mahirap yung ating method of area. Let's say, kunin natin yung kabuoang area nito. Okay? Since galing sa vertex yan, ito yung n over n plus 1 AB. Wherein yung kanyang A, yung 3.75 na, and yung kanyang B is yung 5 meters. And then, since nakuha natin yung area na to, makukuha din yung area ng maliit na rectangle na to. This is 5 meters minus 1.807. That is 3.193. So, makukompute din natin yung area nito. And since kanina, na-compute natin yung area sa baba, ito makukompute din natin to. Ito yung 1 over n plus 1 AB, wherein yung A naman niya 0.49, tapos ito. So, i-shade out, ano ba naman? Na-delete na naman. I-shade ko lang ng say green para maalam natin. Okay. So, isa-isahin natin kukunin yung area. So, ito muna tayo. Let's say, ito yung 1, ito yung 2, ito yung 3, and then, ito yung area 4. Okay. So, si area 4 yung goal natin. So, our area 1 will be 2 over 2 plus 1, 2/3. So, magiging 2/3 ito. Our A is 5 meters and our B is 3.75. So, that would be 2/3 ng 5 times 3.75, which will give us 12.5 square units. Now, yung area 2 natin, that would be 3.193, rectangle lang ito, multiplied by 0.49, which will give us 1.565. Yung area 3, yung area 3 natin is ito, di ba? So, kanina, may na-solve tayong area. Nakuha natin yung area na 0.59 here. So, the area of this portion is 0.59. So, that would be 0.49 by 1.807 yung area nung rectangle na to, ito hanggang dito. Then, ibabawas ko yung 0.59 na to. 0.59. So, that would be 0.49 times 1.807 minus 0.59, which will give us 0.295. Likewise, we can also solve A3 using this function. 1/3 naman siya ng 1.807 times 0.49, which will give us 1/3 ng 1.807 times 0.49, or this is also 0.295. Okay? So, Then, to solve for area 4 will be equal ngayon sa kabuuang area nito, rectangle na to, minus area 1, area 2, and area 3. So, that would be 5 meters times 3.75 minus is area 1, 12.5 minus area 2 na 1.565 minus 0.295. Or area 4 is minus 12.5 minus 1.565 minus 0.295. Or this is 4. Minus 12 minus area 2 now. It's 5 minus 0.295. This gives us 4.39. Whereas kung kukunin ko yung area 4 ng 1/3 ng 5 times 3.75 minus the area 2 na 1.565 minus the area 3 na 0.295, the area 4 is, meron yata akong problema sa rounding off. So, same result. So, hindi rounding off. Let me counter check this. So, 5 minus 1.807 times 0.49. This is 1.565, correct. For a while. Okay, so 4.39. So, any method naman pareho yung resulta natin. So, 4.39. Now, let's move on this one. So, this is area is equal to 4.39. Now, let's find this area right here. So, medyo na... So, dito, ito komplikado. Since the vertex is on this side, therefore, we have to project this. So, kung ang vertex mo ay nandito, we have to project this one. Hindi makita yung yellow. Ito. We have to project this one. Itutuloy natin yung parabola hanggang sa vertex. And we have to find the value of it dito. So, basically, ang mangyayari para dun sa last portion na yon is ito. Pahanapin natin ngayon yung value ng x and y at this point. Now, dito, alam natin yung value. That is 3.6. This is 3.6 and 5 yung value ng x. So, since nandito yung vertex natin, okay, so we need to find the value of x and y using the squared property of parabola. So, if that is what that would be x squared, ano yung magiging value of y here? If this is the vertex. Actually, at this point, ito yung 0, 0 natin. So, what we need to find muna is yung magiging height nito. Okay? This is the y2. And yung x2 natin would be yung 7. So, applying squared property of parabola, ilinawin ko lang to. Okay, applying squared property of parabola, this will be 7 squared divided by y equal to this one mula sa vertex, ito pababa ay ilan ito? This one is y minus 3.6. So, y minus 3.6 squared divided by, let me just correct that one. This will be x, so 5 squared over y minus 3.6. Okay, so here we can solve for y. So, 7 squared over alpha y squared over alpha y equals to 5 squared over alpha x minus 3.6, and then this gives us the value of y equivalent to, ang bagal lang mag-shift, so dyan 7.35. So this is 7.35. So if this is 7.35, ang kailangan nating hanapin ay yung area na to, ano. So kung bubuuin natin to na ito ay rectangle, so yung area na to, okay, so ganun ulit. Parang mag-a-apply ulit tayo nito, ano. So pwedeng ang gawin na lang natin, let's call this area 5 na lang. Okay, so to determine area 5, that is equal, okay, ito hanggang dito, ito we can determine ito. So, ito ay magiging, yung portion na ito, this one will be 2/3, ano. So, 2/3 multiplied by the value of it from here to here is 5, and the height is y minus 3.6, di ba? So, ito hanggang dito is y minus 3.6. So, y minus 3.6. And then, subtract natin yung, ito yung, so ito yung kinompute natin. Let me just clarify this again. So, this is area 5. Okay. So, ang gagawin po natin is kunin yung kabuuang parabolic na to, parabolic spandrel na to. So, the area of this parabolic spandrel is also 2/3. Tanggalin ko muna to. 2/3 yung kabuuan, 2/3 ng 7.35 times 7. Itong buong spandrel na to mula dito, ito hanggang dito. Now, ibabawas natin itong shaded region na to. So, this is 2/3 din, pero however, yung A na lang niya is ito hanggang dito, which is 5, and yung Y niya is Y minus 3.6. So, Y minus 3.6 is 7.35 minus 3.6. And then, ibawas natin yung rectangle na to, which is 5 yung haba niya, and yung kanyang ito hanggang dito is ito yung 3.6. Ayan, minus 3.6. Therefore, ang matitira sa area 5 natin is 2/3 ng 7.35 times 7 minus 2 over 3 times 5 multiplied by 3.6 minus 5 times 3.6. We have here 3.8. Positive 3.8 yung area natin. Okay? So, kung babalikan natin dito, the area is positive 3.8. This is negative. Area is negative 4.39. So, i-plot na ngayon natin yung ating moment diagram. Sabi din natin, the shear and moment always starts with 0 and supposedly ends with 0. Now, from 0, dagdag tayo ng area ng shear na 0.59. Therefore, our moment here is positive 0.59. And our shear, kung titignan natin, this is positive, pero from 0.49 naging 0, so positive decreasing. So this is the curvature. Okay? So ito, ayun, pangit. Ayan. If this is degree 2, therefore this is third degree. Now, dito we have 0.59. So, plus the area na negative 4.39. So, 0.59 minus 4.39, we have negative 3.8. So, nandito, negative 3.8. And the curvature is negative, pero yung magnitude niya from 0, naging 3.26. So, increasing ito. Okay? So, following this, ito ngayon yung ating curve, n is equal to 3. And lastly, if this is 3.8, this is positive 3.8, therefore we will close out our moment diagram, and the curvature is, meron tayo ditong positive pero decreasing from 3.6 naging 0, positive decreasing, so this curvature. Ayan. And the degree is equivalent to 3. So dito ngayon, ito na yung ating shear and moment diagram. Now, this method is very complicated. Talagang medyo challenging siya kasi marami naman talagang technique to determine this area. Especially ito. Dito tayo medyo nagkaroon ng konting confusion. So, dito sa area na to. Okay? So, I suggest every time you see a ganito, a rectangular or a uniformly varying load, you use equations compared to this one kasi hamak na mas madali yung ginawa natin sa equation compared sa ginawa natin sa area. So that's it for this problem. See you on the next one.